Like many of you guys in this room, I'm a marketer at heart. I like consistency, I like structure, and I love to win. But growing up, before I knew anything about performance ads or e-com, I was not an analytical person. I was much more of a creative person. But I wasn't the creative type where I was making cool, beautiful looking pieces of art. I was shooting video ads and making designs. But once I found the world of performance ads, that's when my two worlds collided. It clicked for me. I found my passion, the thing that I was truly the best at, which is systematizing the creative process. Yeah, you heard that right. Systematizing the mystical, magical, creative mind. Looking back, I was never actually a creative person. I was just really good at making systems that made me look creative. And like many of you guys here, maybe you're not a creative person. And the truth is, creative people are not the best marketers or the best at making ads. The best of the best are able to constrain their creative thoughts into a proven step-by-step system that is guaranteed to yield results every single time. So for everyone here today, if there's one thing, If there's one thing that I can guarantee all of you guys today is that by the end of this talk, you guys will be able to increase your new creative testing hit rate to at least 30% by just implementing a few of these small tweaks, and up to 50% if you guys actually spend some time. And if it doesn't work, come talk to me because you're probably just getting a little bit too creative. So my name is Tyler Stevens. I'm the co-founder and visionary at VizCap Media. I've been in the game since 2016, and over the past 7 years, the partners and I built multiple 7- and 8-figure e-com stores and other companies in the performance ad world. And our current company right now is VizCap Media. VizCap is a performance creative agency, a software company, and an education company. So why does that matter? Point is that we make tons of video ads for a ton of big accounts, spending between $500 and $7 million a month on paid ads that are testing hundreds of new creatives every single month. A lot of brands that you've heard of, like Rise Superfoods. We've been making their ads for 2+ years now, and we currently are making 150 unique ads every single month for them. So we do this in 3 ways. With done-for-you ads, like we do for Rise, done-with-you operating system, where we come into your organization and help you build out your own content team, and our self-serve software, where you guys are able to use our top-performing ad frameworks every single month and do it on your own. And the only reason why this matters is because we make ads for a lot of big accounts. And this gives us a Mount Everest-sized set of data that gives us a 30,000-foot macro-level view on what is working at all times right now. So over the next 25 minutes, I'm gonna deep dive into some of the most impactful findings that we found in our data. No bullshit, no fluff. This is what is working right now. So copy and paste this all for yourself. So I'm gonna move fast, so make sure you guys pay attention. So again, the goal here is for you to walk away from this talk with a step-by-step system on how to generate 50+ new creatives a month at a 50% hit rate without hiring a huge team or a large agency, meaning you'll have 25+ new control ads every single month. And when you unlock this, your business will turn into a creative testing machine. And the way we're gonna accomplish this today is with a proven 3-step system. So the first part of this system is our video ad creation process, the A to Z process of how we consistently ideate and build winning ads. The next, the most critical ad variables, the most important pieces inside of an ad. And then finally, team structure, the people you need in place to be able to execute on making ads. So let's kick it off first with the ad creation process. So when creating an ad, first, it comes down to ideation, which is coming up with the killer idea. And then building, actually putting the idea together and making it. So this all starts with our ideation flowchart, which is a system essentially for coming up with ideas. We break our ideation process down into 3 steps. The first is learning, foundation, and visualization. This is the simplified version of our ideation flowchart essentially here. We do all of these pieces independently and then fuse them together all at the end. Try this, and this will eliminate writer's block. It'll be impossible not to come up with ideas. We're not gonna cover all this today, but we're gonna focus on one piece of the system that is the most impactful. Now make sure you guys stay till the end because I'm going to be giving a deep dive into this whole entire process, plus everything we talked about today. Super deep dive for all you guys, so you guys can do this on your own. So let's talk about direct response. So the way I see it is we can really predict the future by looking at past events. So with advertising, let's do that. and look back. It started with print, where we could see, radio, where we could hear, TV, where we could see and hear, and now we're consuming in the palm of our hand by hearing and seeing wherever we go. So what has changed in the past 40 years when it comes to direct response advertising? Well, the core psychological desires of why people buy have not changed. They've not changed at all, and they'll probably never change. But the only thing that has changed is the medium of communication. And that new medium is UGC, or short form podcast style ads. So you're probably wondering, what are some direct response principles? And here's just a few right here. Elevate core desires, anchoring, egomorphing, fear factor, belief re-ranking, intensification, and a ton more. And if you guys want to learn more about direct response principles, take a look at these 2 books here. You can learn all about them inside of these 2 books. But you're probably wondering, does this stuff actually work? And I think we all know that it does work. But in the past couple of years, things have changed. Things have changed. There's new mediums that have gotten bigger on social, and bigger and more popular, and that means more buyers' ad accounts are more filled with more crappy ads than ever before. In my opinion, videos that are not even ads at all. We come into a lot of accounts, see $3,000 to $5,000 of ad spend behind a single ad. And typically these ads are organic videos, like TikTok trends, or highly branded, pretty looking ads, or just UGC content with no structure behind them at all. And instead of this, use what has been working for 40 years now. Direct response designed video ads. DR designed video ads can support 500, a million, or even $4.5 million in ad spend. So check out this video here.
Say hello to a brand new couch. Meet the magic sofa covers from Nolan Interior. These were scientifically designed to wick moisture. They take less than a minute to put on, and they incorporate our anti-slip and anti-stain technology. So you don't have to worry about what your kids, pets, or clumsy other half get on it. Magic sofa covers are only available from the geniuses at Nolan Interior, and today you can even get them for 50% off. Do yourself a favor, check them out.
So inside of this ad here, we saw intensification with the visual before and afters, authority by using the TikTok green screen effect, and then the elevate core desires, which is for comfortable living conditions. So there's obviously a lot more behind this. If you guys want more, just ask me and we'll chat about it. So next, we're gonna be moving into building here. Once you have an idea, you don't wanna just go off and shoot it. You wanna fit that idea into a framework. But what is a framework? So let's start here. We come into a lot of brands again, and we see ads that are working. But most of the time, brands do not understand why these ads are working. And we ask people all the time, what makes up a good ad? A lot of people say a hook, a call to action, and something else in between. But that in between is truly the most important part. So this is an example of our needs to have framework here. Last year alone, we created 62 ad frameworks that supported at least $500,000 in ad spend each. So point being is that we have tons of frameworks. All of our frameworks are based off of winning ads, and most importantly, every single ad that we create has a framework behind it. So what is the point of a framework? It's truly to understand. If you don't understand what is inside your ads, how can you form hypotheses on why that ad is or is not working? So the way I see it is data plus control equals finding winning frameworks. Winning frameworks plus winning elements equals lots of repeatable winning ads. Now inside of frameworks, we have elements. These are the elements. We're not gonna talk a ton about these today, but know that the elements are the building blocks of our video ads. Elements are no longer than 4 seconds and no shorter than 2 seconds each. And inside of them, there's multiple clips, multiple cuts, voiceovers, and face-to-camera scenes. So putting all this in the context, here's the exact framework that you just saw, the needs to have framework here. And watch closely to this video and check out inside of it the elements and the framework behind it.
Here's why mushrooms are a superfood you need to have. I start every single day off with 6 different kinds of mushrooms that help me both physically and mentally. First up, cordyceps, an antioxidant powerhouse to help reduce fatigue and boost strength and energy. Reishi, used for thousands of years in Eastern medicine to help promote a better mood, lower stress and anxiety, and support a good night's sleep. Lion's mane, this is used by Buddhist monks to help study and meditate, and it's amazing if you're looking for sharper focus, concentration, and memory. Shiitake is the overall immune booster. This is rich in compounds that help protect against cell damage, viruses, and infection. If you have gut issues, like I do, turkey tail is an amazing antimicrobial that helps promote healthy digestion, and it is also really good for your heart health and overall immunity. And finally, king trumpet is the cholesterol killer. It is amazing for maintaining a healthy heart. It fights against inflammation, and it has antiviral properties to support bone health too. All of that in a single scoop every morning. I mean, over 150,000 people have switched to Rise, and it's pretty clear why. The benefits are endless. Oh, and I didn't even tell you guys they're having a discount right now on their website. So if you're ready to feel like the best version of yourself, today is the time to buy from them. Go check them out.
Cool, so this is the basics of how we build video ads. So let's talk about production a little bit. So think about this, creators create and marketers sell. So when creating ads, you have two options. If you're using creators, so if you're sending your product off to creators, you need to seek control. You need to control the framework. You need to control the way the ad is designed. You need to make sure the vision is not being passed off and dropped and completely changed by the time you get the end of the ad. And that's why we use the second option, which is using actors. We've been using actors for 5+ years now, and it is my favorite way. You maintain control of the angle, the framework, the entire production process, because you're shooting with an actor. So, and most importantly, you're not fighting with the vision over the ad with another person. So if you're using actors, this is how you can achieve a 50% hit rate on your ads very, very easily. So now that you guys know the steps to making a good ad, let's talk about the most critical variables inside of the ad. So this is gathered from data from all of our partners here, all of our partners over the past couple of years, and these are the most important variables inside of an ad, meaning that these are the most important pieces that your focus should be on when you're creating ads. Number one is direct response principles. Number two is the ad's composition, so all the visual stuff. And then number three is the number of actors. And then number four is the ad's length. So knowing these and using these in all your ads is really like a good way to increase the probability of success of having a winning ad. It's basically a cheat code. So you're probably wondering though, how can we leverage all these inside of our ads? So what we're gonna do is jump into this now. So direct response principles is what we're gonna talk about first. So we talked about these a little bit earlier, but these direct response principles here are the most important principles to use inside of your ads. Elevate core desires was the leader, intensification was next, followed by learned once. So the elevate core desires is super simple to understand. So we're gonna talk about intensification a little bit more because it's a little bit more exciting to talk about. So for all of you guys that don't know, intensification is basically before and afters, amazing demos, and putting a claim to a test in a very easy way that someone can do at home. So you guys all remember Vince with ShamWow? Great infomercial, stuff like that. So this was a perfect example of an amazing demo. He put a claim to the test in a way that anybody could test it on their own at home. Perfect, classic intensification right there. So this is a great example here of a UGC ad that shows intensification. So check this one out real quick.
The moment you realize you haven't been bloated in over 3 weeks. Before. After.
Awesome. Little quick one there, but now taking this a step further, what is better than just having one direct response principle in an ad? The data says the sweet spot is between 6 and 8 direct response principles. So you want to mash up principles, like intensification, mass desires, authority, and a ton more. You want to hit that sweet spot, but you do not want to add too many principles because the ad then looks too manufactured and it becomes a little bit too much of an ad. So as you can see the bell curve here, you don't want to go over that 6 to 8 range inside of a short form 50-second ad. So here's an example now of what this looks like when we stack a bunch of principles up. So pay attention here and see if you guys can spot how many principles are shown in this ad.
How I went from this to this in less than 2 weeks. It's not a gut supplement or an exercise routine. It's actually coffee. Rise mushroom coffee to be exact. I would always feel so bloated and self-conscious in tight-fitting clothes or crop tops. I'd shy away from pictures and even wear loose-fitted clothing just to hide it. But with Rise, I don't have to anymore. My stomach has never felt so calm so consistently. The blend of 6 adaptogenic mushrooms inside this magical formula helps prevent bloating and protects your gut health from the inside out. All you need is 1 scoop of it every morning and you'll see the results within weeks. How crazy is that? Get on Rise Mushroom Coffee today to get rid of your bloating for good.
So in this ad here, we used 8 principles, 8 direct response principles. So the next variable is the ad's composition. All those cuts, mashups and shit, what's the actual science behind those things? So let's take a look at this ad here. No sound, but just watch. Now take a look at this ad here. What do you guys think? What is the difference between these two ads? Well, there's obviously a lot. But which one do you guys think has the highest probability of success? Well, the main difference between these is the percentage of B-roll to face the camera and how that influences win percentage of the ad. So you're probably wondering what the hell is face to camera? Well, face to camera is anytime an actor is talking directly to the camera. It can be selfie style, on a tripod, green screen. So these are all examples of face to camera. And then B-roll is all the footage that has actions in it. POV shots, close-ups, wide shots. Typically, B-roll is paired with a voiceover playing in the background in the ad. So what we found is that the higher number of cuts and more B-roll used in an ad, it basically makes a higher probability of having a winning ad. So this is like a really unique trend that we didn't pay a ton of attention to before 2023, but still to this day, we still put 1 to 2 clips of face-to-camera footage actually in our ads. Just only 1 to 2 clips, but that's it. And this brings us to our next variable, which is actors. We get a ton of questions about actors. Where do we get actors? How much should we pay actors? We've used this actor a lot. Should we test more actors? We test and track a lot of these things. But one question we hardly get asked is how many actors should be in each ad? And this is by far the most simplest and easy to leverage variable in your new creative testing. And the reality is TikTok has dramatically changed the content game in the past couple of years. Direct response heavy videos like this went from doing okay, doing great, to now not doing good at all. And typically videos like this have a minimum of 3 actors inside of them. But TikToks are made with single persons on their iPhones. A single person, it feels authentic, it feels genuine, it's not assembled like direct response heavy ads are. Like the other videos I showed you today, this is one more example of a person, a single actor ad, but more of a lead gen example.
If you own
here.
a home and you are tight on cash, you need to watch this. Okay, listen up. I found a simple way to get cash that a majority of homeowners can take advantage of. My house has increased 28% in value since I bought it in 2019. So I was digging around and found this cash out refi program. I refinanced and got $212K cash plus a lower monthly payment on my house. And there wasn't any crazy hoops to jump through. I just filled out a form, hopped on a couple calls, and I now have the cash I need to get my family through these hard times. So if you're looking for some extra cash for whatever it may be, I highly recommend clicking the link below to see if you qualify for refinancing right now. We never know when a crash is coming, so make sure you jump on this right away.
Cool, so moving on, let's talk about the video length variable now. There's one thing that I can say is that an ad should only be as long as an ad needs to be. There's badass, great ads that are 40 minutes long, and then there's great ads that are 60 seconds long. But over the past 4 years, we've kind of figured out the perfect length for direct response focused UGC ads. And this model here justified it. So again, another bell curve, and that target video length is right around 40 seconds in length. So check out this video, another one here, 40 seconds long, and it's one of our top performers that have supported multiple 7 figures in ad spend behind one single ad. So pay close attention here and watch the framework.
I bought 3 of these for my house. Let me tell you why. When I was designing my house, I wanted to get things that were different and unique and not things that were really basic that you see in every home decor store in all the malls. I saw the Fairy Light Spirit Tree online and had to have it, and when you turn this on, it immediately sets a relaxing mood. It's honestly magical. That's why I got 3 for all different rooms of the house. It is so nice when you're relaxing in bed or doing things in the kitchen or having company over. It is the perfect touch. Did I mention they're touch to turn on? So cool. The Fairy Light Spirit Tree is my go-to gift. I'm telling you, everyone loves it.
Awesome. So you're probably wondering, how do we predict and control the length of an ad? And we do this by using frameworks. We talked a little bit about frameworks earlier, but this right here, this is our UGC demo framework. The video that I just showed you, this is this exact framework. And it is one of our top performing frameworks of all time. So you guys got 2 frameworks right off the bat to start with that are our top performing frameworks. And then elements inside of videos can vary in length by a lot. And the number of elements to performance directly correlates with the actual video length. So example here, let's simplify this a little bit. So UGC demo framework that you guys just saw, 10 seconds, 10 elements is inside of that framework, 4 seconds each, 10 times 4 equals 40 seconds long. And that ad we just saw was 40 seconds in length. And using both of these models and making an ad that's 40 seconds long with around 10 to 13 elements will yield a high performer in testing. So last part of the process here is team structure. In order to make high converting video ads on your own, you need a team. A one-man show cannot do it all on their own. And that team starts with a creative strategist. They are the visionary of your creative team, meaning that they establish and maintain the vision throughout the entire process. Our definition is a little bit different than ad buyers and other agencies because we shoot all of our ads in person with actors versus just sending the products off to creators. So our creative strategists do ideation, they can write copy, they direct talent, they shoot the ads on set, and they give final approval on all the ads. Now you're probably wondering, why don't we just separate all these people, like an assembly line? Well, this was the first iteration of our team structure, and let me tell you, it was completely disastrous. The vision was handed off over and over again, and by the end of it, the vision was completely gone. It wasn't even the same creative or the same idea anymore. So say no to the assembly line structure and yes to the visionary integrator model, which we'll touch on in a bit here. So this is your leanest team structure. One person, the visionary, AKA the creative strategist, they will be fully pretty much fulfilling the entire process, doing ideation, copy, production, and final reviews, but they are not responsible for editing. Doing all this will severely limit their capacity, but it's a standard for all of our creative strategists to be able to do this at a minimum. You'll be doing about 10 or so new creatives a month here. And next, we add in an integrator onto the team, AKA a copywriter. This opens up the creative strategist capacity tremendously. And then also, we added more video editors, and now your senior level video editor is now moving to a editing director role, meaning that they will manage the quality and the standards of all the edits coming out of the videos to make sure that everything's looking good. And that also allows you to hire less experienced editors because now you have someone reviewing all of their work before it's going out into the account. Your team's capacity here will open up to 25 or so creatives a month. And then next, the capacity is jumping up to 50 or so creatives a month. And you achieve this by adding in a few more key team members. So again, adding in more videos, you need more editors. And a DIT is also added on the team. And the DIT manages all your raw media and all the project files. So higher number of creatives, it turns into a logistical mess once you get over 50 creatives a month. Disastrous. And the DIT, that's why is one of my probably favorite, and in my opinion, one of the most important positions on the team. Next, a videographer is added onto the team. And this opens up the creative strategist capacity even more. And they shoot some of the ads and the B-roll and stuff like that. So the creative strategist can focus on much more higher leverage things. And then finally, you get a full scale pod right here. And your capacity opens up to 100 or so creatives a month. This is the same exact pod structure that we use for all of our teams, all of our clients. We just have a bunch of these pods in our organization, so a little bit different. But what's different at 100 plus creatives a month? Well, there's another creative strategist. Again, more time is needed for more creatives. Creative strategist only has so much capacity. And then an optional position is added here, which is the casting director. Casting director, again, takes more things off the creative strategist, which is like scheduling and casting actors for the ads. And then an editing coordinator is added. They focus on assigning projects to editors based on speed, capacity, who has enough open slots and stuff like that, and that helps us flow smoothly and hit deadlines. And then last, again, more hires are needed on the editing side for editors. So to recap, creative strategist is your first hire with a senior level video editor. Copywriter is next, then more editors, and then a videographer, and so on. So all in all, when you're making ads, do not overcomplicate the process. Use the controlled process that I outlined for you guys. Number two, when you're building ads, leverage the most critical variables to a video ad success or failure. And then number three, go start your creative team. Very, very low barrier to entry here, and you can do it very easily. Now, you're probably wondering, how the hell can I even do all this on my own? This is only a 30-minute long talk. So don't get nervous. As complex as this is, you do not have to build out all these systems on your own. Doing all this on your own requires time, energy, money, ad spend, experience, and perfected systems. Instead, just take it all from us. We've spent 4+ years now optimizing this system to a T to be able to share this with you guys today. So this is obviously much more complicated than what we spoke about today. So for everyone here, I'll give you guys access to hours of training that dives deep into everything we talked about today, plus free access to our software, VizCap AI. It's our proprietary software that we've been building for 3 years now that automates this process. So it's all free too, completely free. No credit card, nothing, it's just free. So scan the QR code and open it later on desktop. You guys will get an email actually when you fill it out, so you can pay attention to the rest of the talks happening today. Appreciate you guys, and thank you all.
Whoa, Tyler, that was really, really useful, man. Thank you so much. You know what? We have some time for Q&A, so feel free to raise your hand, speak with Tyler. I'm sure you have more useful insights. If you have any questions, over there.
Yes.
Hello, hello. Okay, so if I want to hire a creative strategist, what kind of test would you make them do during the hiring process?
Yeah, so we have a whole hiring process built out. We use the WHO framework, so it's a series of different interviews. But basically, once they get to the end, they do a technical assessment. We call it a test project, essentially. Sometimes it's paid, sometimes it's not. But it's essentially, we deliver a storyboard to them of a different video, maybe one of our top performing ads that we already have a final version of this ad that we know is like ready to go, that's already performed. And basically, they'll recreate that without seeing the good performing version. We have them shoot the content. We have them even go in and make suggestions on edits, like how to make the final draft better and stuff like that. So that's kind of the process. But I can share it with you too if you want to talk after this.
Thank you.
All right. Raise your hands if you have any questions.
So
Anyone
one
else?
thing, how much do you pay the creative strategist? Does he have a fixed income or is it a percentage on performance?
So it's based on where you are geographically, really, and based on like salaries there in that area. Our creative strategists, we're in Vegas, Las Vegas, Nevada, and ours starts around like 80K a year. Anyone else? I can see some questions lingering. There's got to be one, maybe two.
All right.
Awesome.
Tyler, thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
It's very,
thank
very
you.
useful. Thank you for all the insight.